Good evening, friends. Welcome back to the Castro Valley News Live Show. I see we have nine. We have 9 viewers now. So, and this is a rarity. I actually started on time, and everything behind the scenes with Facebook is working. Good evening to Maggie. Good evening to Kimberly. If you're not familiar with the show, what we do is every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. we meet here and we do kind of a live talk show, kind of a meet and greet with the community. My name is Roberto. I will be your host for the next hour, and we're going to start off with the roll call. We already got good evening to Kimberly, good evening to Maggie again, good evening to Tanya. Maggie is Maggie is on the ball, tagging a ton of people, tagging Marlon and Satinder, Tina and Vera. Maggie, you are the wind beneath my wings. You're awesome. Thank you so much. Also tagging Christian Carr. And I believe Christian Jan. Jan says, hi, nice to be back again. It's nice to have you here. Maggie is also tagging Liz and Mary. Tanya just tagged Janella. Maggie is tagging Brian. And good evening to Bob. And Bob says hello from the Shark Tank. Gary says hello, Roberto. Good evening to you. Good evening, Dennis. Dennis is in the house. Thank you for all of your support. Maggie is tagging Monette. Big, huge, bodacious neon shout out to Cali Life 80. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Maggie is tagging Angel. Ashley, I know, and Tim Ambrose as well. Also, Maggie is a star sender for 2 weeks. And if you're not familiar with the star system, it sounds like a rotodial thing that you would do for ordering flowers off late night TV. That was ridiculous. Anyways, at the bottom of the comment thread, you can send stars to us. And we get the majority of the money from the stars that you purchase. Of course, Facebook gets a sliver, but we actually do get a lot of the proceeds. I'm sorry, guys. I got my second Johnson & Johnson booster yesterday, and today was a roller coaster ride through. Nasty, just some basically a lot of body aches and a terrible headache. Thankfully, within the past, I think half hour, a lot of that has kind of subsided, but it was not what I expected. But it definitely kicked my butt. And thank you to a wonderful, special, amazing person who kind of rode it out with me today and took care of me, and I appreciate that person a great deal. She is super sweet, super amazing. So yes, got the J&J booster yesterday, and we can still continue through the roll call here. Good evening to Paulette. Paulette is also tagging a ton of people. Paulette tagged Nicolette, Michelle, and Rick. Thank you. Good evening to Michael in Amador County. I hope you're doing well, sir. And don't miss Michael's Christmas Village. It will be on, I think you could probably look like ABC in Amador County. Michael does an amazing Christmas Village thing. He used to live in Castro Valley and did the similar thing here in Castro Valley, and it's amazing. And Mike's an awesome guy. Michael's an awesome guy. I don't want to. Paulette is tagging Lisa and Deanna, and Maggie is tagging Kathy. Between Paulette and Maggie, you guys are just like boosting the signal for the show, and I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. So we're still doing the roll call. So if you're listening and you want to shout out, just post a comment, and I'll give you a shout out. It's kind of a cool way for us to kind of meet each other virtually and see who else is listening to the show. So someone Someone just sent some stars. Maggie just sent 5,000 stars. I should probably do a voice for the 5K stars. And Maggie has sent stars for 3 weeks in a row. I appreciate it. Like I was mentioning about the stars thing, you could, if you look at the bottom of the thread here, you can click on the link, and the stars aren't free. I don't know how much they cost, but the majority of what you pay for stars goes directly to Castro Valley News, goes directly to us. And of course, Facebook gets, a small slice of that pie, for the lack of a better term. But you can do that. Also, if you would like to, we have a pledge page if you wanted to do a pledge that way. Whatever you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with giving us any of your money, I will still love you just the same. It's all good. Also, I'm going to mention this every show. If you are a business owner, if you're a realtor, if you own a restaurant, any business, any service in Castro Valley, and you would like to explore advertising options with us, definitely send me an inbox message. And our moderator, our wonderful Wise and Learned, Fetching, he's like Yoda. Our moderator says Facebook gets 1 cent per star. We get the rest. What is the cost of a star? Which would be interesting to me. And Paulette is also tagging Aaron at Aaron's art studio. And Aaron, I have been friends with for many years, and we're talking about stars. Aaron is a star. She's got a huge heart. I love Aaron a lot. I've known her more years than I would like to confess to, but they've been wonderful years. Aaron is a wonderful friend, a wonderful person. If you are looking to be creative and tap into your inner artist, Aaron owns Aaron's art studio in the village. Go check them out. They're one of the few local paint your own pottery studios. And if you're not familiar with the term, it's usually coined as PYOP. There's code names for paint your own pottery. Go check it out. Erin's awesome. She's wonderful to learn from, and they've got a ton of different projects there, things that you can get your hands in on. There's glass fusing, there's paint your own pottery, like I mentioned, there's acrylic pours. Basically all you need to do is just walk by Aaron's and look in the window, and you can probably find an amazing project that would be wonderful for you to do. I know there's a lot of people like myself who are not horrendously artistically inclined. Don't worry about it. Aaron will walk you through the project that you're doing in a wonderful way. And this is not an advertisement for Aaron's. I'm just speaking from experience. She's an amazing person. She's great to learn from. She's super creative. She's passionate about the community. She's passionate about art. So go check her out. Across from Eden Cycles, right there, also next to Ray Talbot Salon. And those are 3 businesses, those people I love. I love those businesses, and I don't mind giving them a little promo on the show. Shout out to Taylor and Liddy at Ray Talbot, and a huge, huge, huge shout out to Chris over at Eden Cycles. And if you missed it, the former Robin's Nest that is right next to Eden Cycles. Robin's Nest has been closed for a while. Chris is going to be expanding Eden Bicycles into that different floor space. So that's awesome. I'm excited. I love Chris. I've known Chris for a ton of years. He supported Castro Valley News and myself for a lot of years. Michael says, can't believe we've done 80 shows now. Neither can I. Paulette is tagging Austin, and Paulette is also tagging Billy. And Austin and Billy are 2 people that I've known for a lot of years, and I really respect and I really care for. Austin and Billy are 2 other people who make Castro Valley amazing. They together, Austin and Billy Ray actually were responsible for organizing and making the very first CV Pride happen in Castro Valley. And I think that's something that we should all be proud of that. Castro Valley is one of the very first smaller East Bay cities, towns to have their own Pride event. It started as a Pride rally on Redwood Road and Castro Valley Boulevard over 10 years ago, I believe. And I was at that one, and it kind of evolved into a bona fide Pride event for LGBTQ folks in Castro Valley and across the East Bay. Anyone is welcome, of course. And it's something that I, as a Castro Valley resident, I'm proud of. That we are. I'm not sure if we are the first. I think we are the first smaller East Bay community, city, town to have a Pride parade here in Castro Valley. And it's awesome. And unfortunately, this past year, good evening to Jean. I hope you're doing well. Let me backtrack. Kimberly is asking if Castro Valley is having a light parade this year. The answer is no. Just like Cruise Night, Fall Festival, Raw Ranch Rodeo Parade, a lot of these places ahead of the curve, for the lack of a better term, due to the Delta variant. A lot of these events have postponed to next year. Maggie says, did I get the stars for the Dare last week? Yes, we did. Thank you so much, Maggie. You are awesome. I also want to let you know that we will be doing a midway giveaway on time, which is odd because I actually started the show at 7:01, which blows my mind because usually there's something wonky going on behind the scenes with the software or Facebook. But tonight, dig that, we're giving away a $20 gift certificate to JP's on the Boulevard. Great people, great food. So we will get to that at 7:30. And Cali Life 80 says light parade. They will be doing an online event. All you have to do is just go check out Castro Valley Light Parade, I think .com, and I will ask our wonderful fast-acting ninja on the keyboard, our moderator, to find the website for the Castro Valley Light Parade, because there's a bunch of information on there that I just don't have right here. I do know that there will not be a physical light parade this year. Hurts me because I love the light parade. It's one of those things that are just a joy to check out and be. And I'm usually standing up at the podium and live streaming it for folks who can't be there. And it's so much fun to be out there and see all of the Bob says on time due to Meta makes all the difference. So Facebook, the parent company is Meta, which sounds like a delicious wheat cracker. Sorry, Facebook. It's probably part of the PR thing that they're doing to change. There you go. There it is. www.cvmeetinthestreet.org/index. And it will be it's going to be a drive through parade, which will be interesting. And Kimberly asked, are they going to have a Christmas tree light up in the village? I think you asked that last week, and I totally dropped the ball. I will ask my contact to see what's going on with that. I'm not going to play devil's advocate and guess whether they will or they won't. Hopefully they will. But they are playing it safe this year in not doing the trick-or-treating in the village, which a lot of people messaged in asking if that was actually going to happen this year. And it did not, unfortunately. I know people have different perspectives and different takes and different viewpoints when it comes to COVID and the precautions, but I think I'm going to tip my cap to the village for playing it safe and doing their Selfie Station event contest again this year. And that brings us to something else that I definitely wanted to let you know of. If you haven't already, you've got to go down to the Village Shopping Center, and it's at the old in front of the former Hallmark store, which is right next to C's Candy. You don't have to be in a Halloween costume. You can be in your street clothes. You could, and a wonderful, amazing, beautiful person gave me this idea. You could actually go to the Selfie Station, which again is in front of the former Hallmark store right next to C's Candy. And you could just walk up there with a bag of things that you purchased, and you can take a selfie of those things that you purchased at Walgreens, or the paint your own pottery things that you bought at Aaron's Art Studio, or the bicycle helmet that you bought from Eden Bicycles, or the takeout food you bought from Don Jose's, or the takeout food that you got from Aroma Cuisine, or the wonderful bag of dried fruit that you got from Health Unlimited. If you don't know about the dried fruit at Health Unlimited, I'm going to talk like a robot and let you know you should go try it. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's not cheap, but it is good, and it's good for you. There's probably a lot of sugar, but it's good for you. Or you could also go there and have a bag of the takeout that you got from Nick the Greek. What else is wonderful? You could take a picture of the wonderful thing that you got from Vitality Bowl, or the takeout from Sherry's. I'm just trying to go down the list of all the amazing places in the village, which there's a point to that, because if you win one of the 4 gift cards, you could use those gift cards to any of those businesses. You could also take a selfie of just your hair from your haircut, or your, what is it, the bailage? Is that what it is called when you do the cool color in your hair from Ray Talbot? I want to make sure I'm not missing. Linda says, where will Baywood residents who have kids send their kids to school next year? From what I understand is, though, if Hayward actually executes the closing of those schools, they're going to consolidate locations. So I'm thinking probably the kids from Baywood will end up Hayward Unified will consolidate that, all of those students, to different locations. Jacob says, what if I have no hair? And I have that same problem, Jacob. It's actually not a problem. I had long hair for forever. I even had dreadlocks. And the shave has a lot of upside. So I had hair for a long time. I enjoyed it. I blow dried it. I dyed it with bleach. I got it dreadlocked up, and now it's shave. It's the COVID thing, and it's all good. But Jacob, if you have no hair, you can go to Ray Talbot and you can buy some hair products, or a gift certificate for your girlfriend or your significant other or your mom, or what have you. But getting back to the contest at the village, and Cali Life said something about the Selfie Station sounds amazing. It is. The Selfie Station itself is cool. The gifts that the prizes that you could win are even cooler than that. So there's no purchase necessary. All you have to do is, like I said, take a picture outside of it's a big vinyl sign that says Happy Halloween from Castro Village. And all you need to do is email your selfie photos, or even a photo of your dog. Some people have done that as well. There's a lot of awesome costumes that came in, and I realize it's a couple days after Halloween, so maybe you don't have your costume floating around anymore. You could put it on. Either way, there are 2 more days. So on November 4 is the last day to enter. So you've got 2 more days. So all you got to do is go down to the village, do a selfie of, like I said, your Kelly Life said, your takeout from Rigatoni's, and send it into the email address is Village Halloween Contest, spelled just the way it sounds, Village, Village, Halloween Contest at gmail.com. And there are 4 prizes. They will be chosen randomly. They will not be chosen based on the wonderful or awesomeness of the costumes, even though we've got some really, really remarkable costumes. There were some people that had pumpkin heads on. There was a guy who made his own Mandalorian costume from scratch. So without further ado, the 4 prizes, which are probably going to be the hook to get you going there. I would enter. I would totally enter if I could. But the first prize, these are all chosen randomly. First prize wins a $500 gift card to any business, merchant, what service in the village. Second prize is a $250 gift card to any business, merchant, service in the village. Third prize is $200 gift card, same spiel, any business, merchant in the village that you like. And the fourth is a $50 gift card. All of those prizes are pretty awesome. I was just mentioning today to an amazing, wonderful friend that I would be super pumped to get even just the $50 gift card and take it to Walgreens and buy whatever. You could also use your gift card to it's a Woman's Touch, and I think it's a massage place that's over. Good evening, Karen. I hope you're doing well. The massage place, which is kind of over by, it's catty corner to Walgreens. What else? The pizza place, which is Mountain Mike's, TJ Maxx. Last year, the 4 winners all took their cards to TJ Maxx. So TJ Maxx is popular. You could also use your card at Village Bowl. Shout out to Village Bowl, and I know that's close to Kimberly's heart, close to my heart as well. You could also use whatever of those gift cards to Keller Williams, where amazing Castro Valley resident Paulette Johnson works. She's with the Grub Group. This is not an ad. I'm just giving her a shout out because she's awesome. And the optometry place, you could use any of those gift cards to the optometry place. It's a win. It's a win, 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 because there's 4 prizes. So I give you that one more time. Just sachet. Sachet is the word of the night, by the way. It's not a $2 word, but it's fancy. Love that word, sachet. Just sachet on over to the Selfie Station in front of the village. In the village, I'm sorry. I'm a little loopy tonight. It's in front of the former Hallmark store next to C's Candy. And you could win $500 gift card, $250 gift card, a $200 gift card, or a things are getting wild. A $50 gift card. That is the 4th prize. Pardon my blooper. So go enter. We've got a ton of entries already, and the village, like I said, they did not do the trick-or-treating event this year, so they wanted to keep the spirit of Halloween alive for customers and merchants alike, so they're doing the Selfie Station again this year. And like I said, I'll definitely, let me write this down so I will not forget to check on the Christmas tree lighting. Just writing that down so I don't forget, because I want to let you guys know about that. Because the Christmas tree lighting is another one of my favorite things. I go and we live stream the Christmas tree lighting. There's usually the Madrigals come and sing some awesome tunes, Christmas holiday stuff. That's the Castro Valley High choral group, the Madrigals. I don't want to pronunciate. Whoa! I'm just gonna start a book of my own dictionary of goofy, chopped up words that don't exist. The Madrigals from Castro Valley High, they went to New York a couple years ago and performed, I think, Carnegie Hall. They're that good. There's also dance performers from some of our wonderful dance studios in town, and I love the tree lighting thing. Like I said, I live stream it for people who can't make it, but it's a wonderful event. I'll let you guys know if it's a green light or not this year, but it's a good event. I'm just hoping that we can sometime soon, and I'm not even gonna try to guesstimate when things are gonna return to normal. But the good thing is we have a ton of wonderful events in Castro Valley to look forward to when that time comes. And hopefully it's sooner than later. So we're like 5 minutes away from the midway giveaway. Should I just jump into it? Head first or feet first, whatever way gravity takes me in that direction. Karen says Happy Tuesday, and Karen did the the metal sign, and looking forward to Cliff Burton Day coming up in February, and our good friend Nick will be in charge of that, and hopefully we'll see what we can do. This last Cliff Burton Day was virtual. It was all online. It was a Zoom, and Mike Borden from Faith No More, who was the first person that Cliff Burton ever played music with, was on there, and Nick did an amazing job manning. He took the helm of Cliff Burton Day last year, and he will probably do the same this year. But Jacob says, yes, go for it for the Midway giveaway. Michael says, would like you to know some of you are in the Amador County Christmas Village this year, and some of the names that are in it, Roberto, Amy Cole, Jamie, Barbara, and many other people from Castro Valley Friends. So that's good. And then again, definitely just Google Amador. Michael, give me the name of where they can find the live, or the televised version of the Christmas. I can't find it in the comments. The Santa's Village thing that Mike does. It's awesome. I saw it here in Castro Valley a couple years, and Maggie is tagging tons of people again. Angela and Juan. Thank you so much, Maggie. You are awesome. So let's see. We're done with the roll call. We talked about the Village Halloween thing. Kind of mentioned the booster shot. I wanted to mention that. Whoa. Today, like, my lower back was terrible. I had a headache that traveled from behind my eyes to the side, to the top, to the back. That headache was just doing all of the, in every direction. And overall, I'm glad I got the booster. If it's recommended that you get another booster, I'll go do it. And I was eligible for the booster because I got the J&J the first time around. And it seems like, from what I understand, Moderna and Pfizer people are not eligible for the third booster just yet. Jamie says, sounds like a teacher headache. It was a doozy. It wasn't migraine status, but it was tough. I got a little nauseous there for a minute, and what's odd is, there you go. So Michael says the Christmas Village will be on Santa Amador County famous Christmas Village, ABC 10 News, and Santa Claus for the holidays. So Google Santa Amador County famous Christmas Village, and you can check it out. Michael invests a ton of time in the Santa's Village thing that he does, and it's amazing. It's cool. It's super cool. If you're bored with watching the Yule log on the TV screen for Christmas, check out Michael's Christmas Village. It's really cool. But yes, the booster shot. I will go and get another one if that's what they say. I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to make other people sick with that. And I'm gonna delay the Midway giveaway for a minute, or I'll just go into it, and I'll come back to another tidbit that's COVID related. Jamie says teacher colleagues have been able to sign up and get the boosters. That's awesome. Teachers are on the front line, and they definitely should be able to stay safe. And I think just today, there was approval for the kids to get the vaccine. And Cali Life, thank you for 500 stars. And there's little cool tags. Like there's a jack-o'-lantern on this one, and Maggie sent. I can't see it now; it's gone. There was a different cool logo, which is awesome. So you know what? For what it's worth, Meta is doing some fancy stuff. Meta, Facebook, whatever they are. Bless their hearts. Jamie says doesn't matter if they were Moderna or Pfizer. Okay, so maybe I'm hearing different things that aren't. and unfortunately, it seems like when it comes to COVID and the pandemic in general, it seems like we hear sometimes we hear different things on different days, and it's frustrating. We've talked about this before. We've discussed it. It's frustrating because it's frustrating to feel like you're not on top of a situation that is affecting so many people in so many ways, on so many levels. Our moderator said Kaiser started offering third shot options to Moderna. And Cali Life says the little thing. Oh, it's flaming bowl hands rubbing emojis Halloween specials. Okay. Juan says, "Am I going to talk about Zillow?" Probably not. What? Juan, enlighten me in what aspect or respect to Zillow should we be talking about, and maybe we can bring it up. Jamie says it's a lot of information coming from all directions. Definitely overwhelming. I agree. Bob says got his third shot at Safeway. His choice, which one? And Michael says he can get the booster shot with Moderna soon. I chose to get the booster of J&J because I got the original J&J, and we're gonna backtrack and talk about how different story or different information is given on different sites and different stories. There were a lot of websites that I saw. I think the New York Times was one that said that if you got the J&J booster from having the original J&J, there's more coverage. Then there were other ones that said Moderna might be better. So I went with one that I saw from a couple different news sources, legitimate news sources, not a blog, not a posting on Nextdoor, that said if you got the J&J booster on top of the J&J initially, that you would be more protected, which that might change next week. There might be a different story that says something different next week. I'm actually liking kind of the slower pace in in not feeling so hot this week because my voice sounds a little bit better and the flow of the show is going better. Our moderator said Zillow is getting out of the house sales business. They lost a ton of money and laying off 25% of their staff. They are getting out of the real estate business. That surprises me. Jacob says, give me one and done. So that's the first that I heard in regards to Zillow getting out of the real estate business, which is odd because, and I know we've got some realtors out there, correct me if I'm wrong, isn't the real estate market super hot now or just kind of cooling down a little bit? Juan says, hashtag got real estate. So thank you for bringing that up. And yes, our moderator said definitely sad news for all the people who will be out of work this holiday season. And that's terrible. Kelly Life says midway giveaway soon, y'all. Let's do it right now. $20 to JP's. And it says dine-in certificate, but you can do takeout. You can do dine-in or takeout at JP's. They're wonderful people. Good food. And I have kind of an obscure question. Paulette says the real estate market is still hot in pockets. Okay. So that's interesting because I did hear from another realtor in Castro Valley that kind of similar, that some places were cooling off, but other locations were super hot. I'm going to guess that Castro Valley is probably super hot because of the wonderful schools, the wonderful people, the weather. I saw hot in pockets and I immediately thought of Pizza Hot Pockets, but I'm being silly and I apologize. So, but Paulette would know because Paulette is, she's a realtor at Keller Williams in the Village, and I like Paulette. Paulette's awesome. So Jamie says, that's interesting about real estate, but I'm sure California real estate is different than other places in the U.S. It's probably It's a good point. Jacob says, and I live here as well. Kelly Life says, thank you to JP's restaurant. First, before I cruise into the Midway giveaway and give away this gift certificate from JP's for $20, I would like to thank tonight's sponsor. Special thanks to tonight's sponsor, Forester.org. They are a local nonprofit with the mission to reforest urban communities, and you can learn more at their website, Forester.org. That's Forester.org. Forester is also the folks that you see on the side of the freeway picking up trash. They're not Caltrans. They're usually doing it on the weekends. They also they're also doing a huge, I think it was last weekend, or I got my dates crossed. They're doing a huge vegetable and fruit seed giveaway. They also gave away tons and tons of succulent plants and fruit and vegetable plants. They are a Castro Valley based nonprofit. They want to clean and green our town. They're doing what they can to plant trees. It's an interesting process. They're a nonprofit. So if you are interested in helping them pick up trash and you would like to go volunteer, just look them up, Forester.org, Forester.org. Castro Valley based nonprofit doing a ton of good in our community to make our community beautiful, green, planting all the trees that are being cut down. I just watched earlier today where our location is on Foothill. Caltrans was up on the freeway removing a ton of trees, removing a ton of healthy trees. You tell me. The only logical thing I can think of is because it's on kind of the freeway is here, then there's like a median strip that is dirt that goes up to the freeway going in the opposite direction, and there's a lot of trash that accumulates in there. So I'm thinking maybe they're gonna cut down these trees so trash doesn't accumulate there. But trees do wonderful things for the ecology and the air, and it bummed me out. But yes. There you go. So our moderator says they say it is being done to save water and as fire abatement. So there you go. There's your answer. Juan says, I am a realtor in Castro Valley. I am the Juan they call Jose. And Juan, I'll give you a shout out. Juan is with Caldwell Banker Realty. And Juan, since I've got your ear, if you're interested in sponsoring the Midway giveaway, you can just send me a inbox. Paulette has sponsored and will sponsor more of the Midway giveaways. So if you would like to boost your signal, that's an awesome way to do it. With that said, I am super late for the Midway giveaway. $20 gift certificate, dine in or dine out, whichever you would like to do. And $20 to JP's will get you some wonderful food. So tonight's question, and let me give you the spiel, the rules for the Midway giveaway. You can post the answer in the comments, but the only answers that will be accepted are the ones that are texted in to 510-331-9112. I'll give you that one more time, 510-331-9112. This voice is smooth and silky tonight, is it not? 510-331-9112. The question is, this is an obscure one, so if I stump you guys, I apologize, but I think Bob will know this one. So in the past, this was 70s and in the 80s, what was the unorthodox racing event that took place at the Fall Festival many years ago? And I have photographic evidence of this unorthodox racing event that happened at the Fall Festival. I think it was the 70s or the 80s. So first person to text in the correct answer to 510-331-9112 wins the $20 gift certificate to JP's. I'll give you the question one more time. What was the unorthodox odd? It's just odd. I'm not going to be nice and pussyfoot around it. It's not odd. It's interesting. It's cool. It was interesting and cool. What was the different, interesting, cool, one of a kind racing event that took place at the Fall Festival many years ago in like the 70s and the 80s. First person to text the correct answer, 510-331-9112 wins. And our moderator just said Forester planted new trees this last weekend. They green while others cut. So that's what Forester does. They're all about cleaning and greening our community, based here in Castro Valley, nonprofit organization. If you'd like to volunteer to pick up trash and help them what they're doing, go do it. Jacob says, I got him on that one. And Bob says before he got here, okay, I'm flabbergasted. Oh, someone's got the right answer, but you need to text it in. So the person who has the correct answer, you got to text it in. And that's cool that someone got that, because I saw someone just guessed horse racing. That is not correct. So the first person to text the correct answer in to 510-331-9112 gets the gift card. You post it up on the comments. It doesn't count. All right, we got a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. And okay. Same person who won last week. The winner is Aaron, and the correct answer is barstool races. There were actual barstool races at the Fall Festival, I think the 70s or the 80s, and we're getting a lot of people are getting it correct now because someone actually posted in the comments the correct answer. But I do have a clipping. Grant, I'm going to get to your question in a second, and let me do a screen capture of your question, because I want to talk about your question because I love it. Here we go. Let's see here. I'm going to crop that just so I can come back to Grant's question, because it's a good question. It's a good topic that I like, that I want to kind of discuss. So congratulations to Aaron. Aaron gave the correct answer. The kind of one-of-a-kind wacky racing event that took place at the Fall Festival, I think in the 70s and 80s, barstool racing. I have a clip from one of the newspapers in town. Somebody put a motor on the bottom of a barstool and had wheels like a go-kart motor. Barstool racing. I think its origins where people would sit on the barstool and kind of hop along, which could be dangerous. I don't recommend you try that at home or try that in any of our local wonderful establishments that serve spirituous intoxicants. That is the $2 two-word phrase for tonight. Spirituous intoxicants. I love to say that. Michael says, when will you do the question that I gave you a few months ago? Text me in or message me, Michael, the full question, and I'll write it down and queue it up in the future. I promise you, Michael, we will definitely do it. Good evening to Patrick. Patrick is in the house. Welcome to the show. And congratulations, Aaron. I will send your gift certificate to JP's off tomorrow. So Grant has a wonderful question. Why is there no push for AMI-based and affordable housing? The economy is on the brink of recession. Based on recent data, I only see First Pres pushing for anything but not local council. Not too long ago, the Fairmont Hospital campus, they have affordable housing, tiny homes there. But getting back to Grant's question, there is First Pres kind of broke new ground with their tiny homes project on their campus. If you didn't follow that some time ago, there were a number of MAC meetings that led up to the subsequent approval to the tiny homes project at First Pres. There were a lot of T's crossed and I's dotted by the council. It was approved, and I'm not by any means, I am not speaking in advocacy or pro or con churches, but I definitely, on a personal level, I respect what First Presbyterian did in breaking ground with that their tiny homes project. I'm hoping that more counties, cities, jurisdictions will follow that lead and do something similar to that, because there's no shortage of folks who are without shelter, without a home. There are tons of people who are in a fixed income, who can't find reliable, safe housing. And to your comment, Grant, there is such an incredible need for more affordable housing for lower income folks, people who are just barely making by month to month on what they make. Jamie says it's a very long process. It was an incredibly long process. I think there were 5 or 6 or 7 meetings. Randall says Eden Housing is building 72 units of affordable housing with 25 units for veterans on Ruby Street. Thank you for bringing that up, Randall. I was trying to think of the other projects that were coming. And that was a controversial project as well. That went before the MAC a number of times, because if you're not familiar with that area, there's an open area that some of the residents have coined as Ruby Meadow. It is home to sometimes turkeys, sometimes deer. It was bought by eminent domain, through eminent domain by Caltrans, their Caltrans properties, and the push to save and conserve that area did not succeed. And as Randall said, there's going to be 72 units of affordable housing with 25 units for veterans on Ruby Street. And Cali Life says, love your cruise night tea. One day it will come around. Been wanting to experience this. I'm hoping next year things will be different. We'll be able to return to cruise night and have some fun with that event. It was a blast. It is a blast. It's a great, fun event. So, talking about COVID and the booster, I was out walking my dog earlier today, and I spoke to one of my neighbors who I see very often, and unfortunately, he got COVID, and he's immunocompromised. He's got pre-existing conditions. And Cali Life says, is there a giveaway for noticing? Cali Life, inbox me your address and I'll send you one of the Castro Valley Star Wars logo things that we had before. It's a bumper sticker. It's a cool bumper sticker. Cali Life, definitely inbox me your message, your contact info, and I'll send you one of the bumper stickers tomorrow as well. But I know we all have our own perspective and our own take on COVID and the importance of masking, or the importance of precautions, or the importance of the shelter in place, the importance of getting vaccinated. My neighbor had underlying health conditions, got COVID, and ended up being paralyzed from the neck down. So it's serious for people who have pre-existing conditions. And I know there are people, myself included, who say, well, I'm healthy, I'm not going to get it. However, you may be a carrier to someone who is not healthy. They might get it. I know there's so many arguments of what the numbers are, of how many people who've died, how many people who may have not died. That's, to me, and I'm just giving, wait a minute. Bob says Sharks 1, Buffalo 0. Thank you thank you to Bob from the sports desk. Talking about COVID, I don't want to be that guy who gets who's a carrier and gives it to someone else who is a person with underlying things, and they can get super sick. I have another friend who I don't think has underlying conditions. He got COVID. He is no longer sick. He did not go to the hospital. I believe he was so sick, he wanted to go to the hospital, and the hospital said, we don't have room for you. He still cannot taste much of anything. I think it would be safe to say what he tastes is like 2%. He can't smell. So I know there's people who are super unhappy with the shelter-in-place regulations. There are a lot of people who don't like being told what to do. There are a lot of people who don't want to be told what to do. I get that. I dig it. I understand. But with that said, there are people who have and probably will get COVID and be extremely sick, possibly die. I don't want that on my conscience. I hope you don't want that on your conscience either. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to shove my beliefs down anyone's front or back pocket, but I'm just telling you that's my perspective. And it was a kind of harsh and shocking to hear my neighbor say that they got it and was just paralyzed because pre-existing conditions. That's that. I'm trying to. Oh yeah. Cali Life. Thank you for your address. I'll definitely send that bumper sticker out to you tomorrow. You'll love it. I almost did a former president impression there, and I'm not going to do that. But anyways, so also I wanted to. Whoa, this show is almost over, and I didn't mention at the beginning. This is show number 80, and I apologize. I'm getting freaking loud here because it's crushing the gray matter in my noggin that we've done this 80 times. It's awesome. Carolyn says the variants are getting through totally vaccinated. Yes, there's breakthrough cases. The masks, I'm sure, are with us for some time. We'll pray for your neighbor. Hopefully not permanent. Thank you, Carolyn. This person is now not walking the best. But that was something that I had never heard from anyone and I believe, if I remember correctly, his was a breakthrough case as well, that I had not heard anyone being paralyzed from it. And, we're all in this together, whether we want to or not, because I know, this is another thing that we were talking about. I was talking about with my neighbor and the amazing, wonderful friend that I was with is, unfortunately, health has become political, and health should not be political. And yes, our moderator just said this is our 80th show. Did I say 90? No, it's 80. And I want to thank you guys like I do every time we hit a landmark. I think 60, 70 every time. Thank you guys for your patience, because the first few shows were rough like sandpaper, because my game was off when it comes to doing a show. My game was meager. And that's complimentary to the talk show skills that I had for the first probably 5 shows. Those shows were rough. I would love to go back in there and delete those, but I mean oh, Maggie just said something amazing, and I might change the end quote to that. Health is your biggest wealth. I love that. But anyways, we're here at show 80. It's been amazing. There are so many people who have listened from day one. Kim is one. Bob is one. I think Cali Life has been since the first few shows. Michael's been around for a long time. Maggie is, I think, also. Ellen has been around since some of the earlier shows too. And Ellen says many go to rehab hospitals after hospitalization. They have to relearn to walk. I didn't hear from my neighbor if that was the situation, but I'm assuming it probably was. I can't imagine being so sick that you can't walk, that you are paralyzed from this sickness from the neck down. It's horrible. And I think we're going to emerge from this pandemic, from this sickness, if we all work together. That's very pie in the sky, because like we all know, this whole situation has become political, unfortunately. And it seems like a lot of things turn political these days, and nothing is going to get done when an issue becomes political, because politics are so divisive. I know some people may not believe it. I am neither Republican or Democrat. I don't stick my flag in a party. I think there's and I'm probably going to offend everybody with this, but there's like a gang mentality when it comes to politics, and I think humanity. Good evening, Janella. Janella's late to the show, but I'm glad you are here, Janella. Thank you for joining us. I think we need less things in our society that are divisive, and I think this is my own perspective. A lot of people identify themselves as this party. And somebody sent some stars. Janella, thank you for the 100 stars. And I think this is just my own take. Janella just sent 100 stars, 100 more. So that's 200 from Janella. Thank you. You are a peach. You're amazing. I appreciate it. Kelly Life says, set your alarms to CV News at 7 p.m. every Tuesday. Yes, sir. Politics to me are icky. There's a lot of people who, based on their politics, will dislike a person just because they're on a different side of the fence or have a different perspective. I think a lot of humanity is being lost through our politics. That's my little soapbox step for the night. One more thing, guys. This I just discovered today, and I'm going to thank my good friend Bob for sending me this. This is good news. So November 4th, there will be a Parks, Recreation, Historical Commission meeting, and I'll give you the link. It's a long, oh my goodness. If you go to the county website and you just look up Parks, Recreation, Historical Commission. I'll give you that one more time because this is important. Parks, Recreation, Historical Commission. Parks, Recreation, Historical Commission on the Alameda County website. I'm sorry, I'm pointing like a school marm. On November 4th, they will be, this is a potential action item. They will consider a resolution regarding the preservation of the old Castro Valley Library on Redwood Road. So if you want to comment on this, just Google Alameda County, pull up the county's website, and look up Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission agenda for November 4, 2021. The meeting will be at 3:30. It's going to be online. It's a Zoom meeting like every other one. However, they will be discussing some sort of resolution that could preserve the former Castor Valley Library on Redwood Road. And the project could be to redevelop the site for veterans housing and services and potential preservation of the building as a veterans hall, which is what the county and Supervisor Nate Miley have been promising to the veterans, to keep that building in the community. And I don't know if you know this or not, and nothing against Nate Miley, because Nate voted for this preservation. It was the other supervisors who voted against Nate Miley, and they wanted to do a veterans housing with a smaller veterans hall on a lower floor. So this is an important meeting if you want to keep this building in the community. And the history of that building, Castro Valley paid for that building. I think it was the 50s, late 50s. It was a 1 cent parcel tax. Castro Valley paid for the building. It's on county property. So there's kind of a push and pull, tug of war with that there. But I'm going to give you this one more time. Please, our moderator just posted the link to the Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission Board's information. It's www.acgov.org/BC/PRHC. All you have to do is go to the Alameda County website. That's acgov.org. Look for the search, the little toolbar search engine type thing on the page. Sorry, this brain is not on. It's not fully charged tonight. Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission, November 4, 2021. Here is my gesticulation like Bill Clinton. I'm not going to do the Bill Clinton voice because it's really good and it will distract from the conversation. But guys, if you have an opinion on whether we should keep that building that Castro Valley paid for in our community, check it out. There will be a portion of the meeting where you can do public comment. You can say, let's do it. Please preserve this building. I have a horse in the race. I'm going to tell you, full disclosure, I worked at that library for a ton of years. So I am biased on this one. I love that building. However, we paid for it. We should definitely have a say on what the future of that building is. In the meantime, probably tomorrow I will post a direct link to that meeting and some information about what's going on there. Bob is at the sports desk. Sharks 2, Buffalo 1. Good health and good night. Thank you, Bob, for all you do to make the show amazing. Thank you to everyone who sends stars. Thank you to everyone. Janella says, reading the chat, sorry late to the game, no worries. Husband is vaccinated and just got COVID. There you go. Super mild, just 1 day of a fever. Her 15-year-old son asked to be vaccinated and just did it today. Janella is wearing her mask because you never know. Testing every other day as well to be safe. There you go. Thank you, Randall. Randall posted the Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission meeting, the agenda, the link to all the information. There is also a link to the Zoom webinar if you would like to join. Guys, tune in. You can tune in from home. This is our building. We paid for it. We should have the final say on what happens with that building. It is on county property, so they've got that. But the promise has been made to our veterans, to the VFW and the other veterans organization. I'm sorry, my brain is not working tonight. But that building was promised to them for a veterans hall that would also have community use as well. It's our building. We should be able to have a larger say in what happens. So definitely check out that Parks, Recreation, and Historical Commission meeting on November 4, the agenda and the Zoom link. Both links are in the comments there. Comments there. That way. This way. This way. It's the comments are that. Forget it. I can't get it right. The comments. It's in the comments. And with that said, you guys have been great. Thank you for your patience. I am still a little bit wonky. And as always, when the going gets weird, the weird turn pro. We'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. for episode 81. Thanks, guys. You guys are great.